6 Asian Americans from Washington will be honored at a gala in Seattle tomorrow night. They're among 22 people from across the country, including Olympic snowboarder Chloe Kim, who are being inducted into the Asian Hall of Fame this year. One of them is a Seattle musician who's empowering young people through music and keeping them off the streets.
It's my fuel, it's my DNA, it makes me whole.
Daniel Pak's love for music started when he was just 6 years old. It began with piano, but soon included sax and acoustic guitar.
My dad's like, "Hey Daniel, why don't you go play a song on the piano for the family?" I was not the kid that would be like, "Oh, I don't want to, Dad." I was the kid that would be like, "Yes, I was waiting for you to ask."
Growing up on Oahu, the Japanese-Korean singer-songwriter ended up falling in love with reggae music.
I think it was Redemption Song. In fact, I know it was Redemption Song by Bob Marley that really sealed the deal for me. That's one of Bob Marley's sons. This is our very first CD release party at Numos. That was our very first album.
His career included becoming the frontman of Core Ions, a reggae band in Seattle.
That band put us on stage with the Wailers, Steel Pulse, Toots and the Maytals, all the reggae legends that I grew up listening to.
But his greatest pride might be working with youth who have little or no access to the arts. Pak co-founded Totem Star, a nonprofit that provides teenagers with a space to produce and record music and be mentored by industry professionals. It all started in the summer of 2010.
We got a call from the Juvenile Rehabilitation Administration. They knew that we were working in the community, and they asked if we would spend a whole summer with 10 young men released from juvenile detention. We checked in with them 2 weeks later, and we found out that a third of them had been rebooked into detention, and that was the moment that Thad and I were like, this is the universe calling us. I mean, we have to provide ongoing space for young people to come and feel safe, to be encouraged, to receive mentorship.
Over the last 12 years, Totem Star has served over 3,000 kids out of a small recording studio in West Seattle. But just last month, they broke ground on a brand new space at King Street Station, a much bigger home for the next generation of local recording artists.
Mental health is such a crisis right now. We know that. And we know that when young people have active access to music, they're happier, they're joyful, they're confident, they feel like they're in community.
Pak's work with Totem Star is one of the reasons he was chosen as an inductee in this year's Asian Hall of Fame.
How does it feel to know that you're being inducted into the Asian Hall of Fame?
It's shocking, it's humbling. When I look at the list of past inductees, you know, it's easy to like immediately think like, am I worthy?
By the way, that new space at King Street Station is expected to open next summer, and it's going to be home to 4 other local arts and cultural organizations that focus on BIPOC youth. I had no idea, but this was a partnership with the city and their effort to try to bring in communities of color and develop cultural spaces. That whole second floor of King Street Station, by the way, has been empty for about 60 years.
Didn't even
just
realize
abandoned.
That. Yeah.
So the city is now using that space, which we all know is, you know, a place to go catch your train for the Amtrak.
Right.
But they're turning it into something that's going to be really, really wonderful for communities of color in particular.
Absolutely. Yeah, I hope we can follow him. He's going to make a difference.
For sure.
That's great. Great story.